it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the newest bronzers in the market. I have been trying a ton of them. You know, I have been in a bronze kick, and I think it's finally the time. Just a couple days ago here in the United States, June 20th marked the beginning of the summer season, and I'm so ready to share with you my opinion on these bronzers, which ones they will rank the best and which ones will be like, you know, you may want to pass on them. Anyhow, if you want to know everything about it, just go ahead, look under this screen and subscribe to my channel, ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now let's just get started with the ranking of my new bronzers. Ranking all these bronzers was just a dash hard because, let's be honest, brands, they are actually coming out with better and better products for the most part. And I'm happy to report that I want to start saying this. None of these bronzers, I think they are a complete fail. I think they all have their pros and cons and all of that, and I'm going to be talking about each of them, the reasons why, and you know, just give you a little bit of my feedback. But if you're new here, I want to welcome you to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you to all of you, my subscribers, for making time out of your day to be here. I'm so appreciative of you. But again, if you're new here, I just want to let you know that I do have dry skin. I'm already on my 4th floor, so I do show some signs of aging. Also, back on the time when I was younger, in my early teens, on my 20s, like even on my 30s, I used to sunbathe with no type of sunscreen, no protection at all, and just be bronzed by nature, which caused a lot of damage to my skin. Mostly I do have enlarged pores, not only on this area right here, but also on these areas right here. That being said, when I'm looking for a bronzer, I look for blendability, also for the tone. But another very important factor for me is to do not emphasize those enlarged pores right there. That for me is extremely important. And another thing that I love on a bronzer is to have a little bit of dimension. What I mean with that is I don't necessarily go for matte bronzers. I like bronzers that they even have a little minimal glow to it, a little sheen, but without having any glitter in it, or you know what I mean, right? Because if it has glitter in it, guess what is going to happen? They are just going to be stuck on those enlarged pores, and believe me, it will not look cute at all. I also have a light to medium skin tone. Again, this is just a little bit of feedback. And for all the bronzers that I will be mentioning today, I have made reviews on all of them, exception to one of them. One of them, it's new to my collection. I showed it on my latest haul, but I have already tried it since then, and I can give you my feedback. Okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom one and then moving my way up. And that being said, I have 10 bronzers right here, so let's start with the number 10th. And that has to be Guerlain Terracotta, the Brazilian Beach Bronzer and Blush. And that is the same reason why it's falling so low on this ranking, is because, I mean, it says right here, this is a bronzer and a blush. And I have it on today as a blush, and I think that's the best way that you can use it. The first thing that I noticed is how hard pressed this powder is. It's super hard to pick up, to the point that I'm thinking that perhaps I'm just gonna scratch it a little and try to kind of like repress it a little so it's a little bit easier to pick up, because honestly, the bronze right here is extremely hard to pick up. So the bronze looks perfect, very neutral, but then this coral shade right here is just so vibrant that it just overtakes the bronzer in here, and everything just becomes a blush, which I think is extremely beautiful, but it just defeats the purpose to being an actual bronzer, and therefore I have to give it the 10th place. And like I said, it's just so hardly pressed, it's just so hard to pick up that it's not the easiest to be used, but I mean, it's so beautiful. I love the scent of it. I just love everything about it. but mostly as a blush. The next product that I'm going to talk about is actually not a bronzer. It's not marketed as such, but since I do have a little bit of like a dry skin, I didn't want to try this product as what it is supposed to be, a setting powder. So I picked up a shade that is about 2 shades darker than my skin tone to use it as a bronzer. And I'm talking about the Carolina Herrera setting powder. It comes in this precious packaging. I mean, this is just stunning, absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is full elegance, luxury, top class. This applies as a bronzer beautifully. It's very neutral because, like I said, it's actually a setting powders. And the finish of this product, although it seems to be matte, it actually, oh my goodness, it's just so soft, and it just gave this very natural look to your skin. Look at that. Isn't it that so gorgeous? I mean, it doesn't have an actual sheen to it, but it's not super flat matte that it, I mean, if you're like me that likes dimension to your cheek, but you're not yet into, okay, let's use something a little bit more glowy or with a little bit of sheen, but you like something that looks very natural, this is a really good powder. If you actually purchase this product upon my recommendation, you will not regret it, I promise. Okay, now let's go into the number 8 bronzer. And this bronzer I just added to my collection, I will say a week and a half ago, and I have tried it twice, but I think I have a really good idea about it. This bronzer is actually by Buxom, and it's their new bronzers called Staycation Vibes, and I have it in the shade Rooftop Tan. Now this bronzer is super soft, it's not powdery at all, and as you can tell right here, you have kind of like a dual shade right here. This shade right here leans a little bit more on kind of like a reddish undertone, and this is actually the darkest of the two. This will give you a very natural after the beach type of bronze. Very natural. What I like about it is this one has a slash sheen to it, and just as the Buxom blushes, they are primer infused, so it lasts for hours and hours and hours, and it looks super beautiful. I honestly think that I'm gonna end up picking up the shade lighter because I want to try it. I think I want to compare, because this one right here just pulls just a dash red on me. I wanted to try the other one that seems a little bit more neutral, but this one right here is such a beautiful product. Again, I just feel so bad to try to rank them because all of these new blushes, I think they are just so good. Moving right here to the 7th place is MAC. This is part of their newest collection for summer 2020, and this is in the shade Totally Taupeless. Now this is a very deep tone. This is whenever you have, you know, like a self tan going on, because this is just, you know, out there loud. Definitely a deeper bronze shade. Now there is a lighter shade on this product. This shade right here, I will only use it if I have a self tan or as summer progresses and I actually have, you know, like the regular tan that I look a little bit more bronze. But I love how beautiful it blends. I mean, I'm gonna repeat myself right here so many times I feel. And I also like that it has a very slight luminosity to it. Very tiny. It's like almost imperceptible. So it's not completely matte. And here it is. You see how deep that is? And for example, the Carolina Herrera one, it blends a little bit into nothing, so it's a little bit, shouldn't say easier to diffuse, but it's just kind of like, it's very airy. This one right here is actually very potent and out there, but I like that about it, and I like that slight sheen that it has because it feels super soft. It actually, even when I swatch it, it feels like nice and creamy. It's just, oh, it's just so beautiful. I think the only thing that I miss to do is, I feel that being a summer collection, it should have something like, I don't know, like a coconut scent, even if it didn't have any coconut in it, something like that. But you know, that's just because I like that beach vibe of things. I'm moving on to the number 6 bronzers, and this is by the brand Kosas. They came out with 3 different bronzers this year, And I mean, the lightest one looked like nothing. It looks more like a finishing powder that you can use all over to just give a glow to your skin, which I find to be kind of like, you know, something super pretty. But if I'm looking for a bronzer, I had to pick up the medium shade, and I think this is a very deep shade for being a medium. I think they could have done really good if they perhaps did 6 shades total on their bronzers than 3 or even just 4. I mean, like something else. I think it's missing right there a little, and I think that's why it falls down. I mean, I shouldn't say so low on the list, but you know, not up top. Now the finish of this bronzer is just out of this world. It feels like it is nourishing, that is moisturizing. It feels like a cream. I mean, like when you swatch it, you're gonna feel like you're swatching a powder. But as soon as you swatch it and apply it on your skin, it actually feels like, I don't know, like a moisturizer. It just feels creamy, and it's not a bouncy formula, it's not a cream formula, but you can tell that these products have a lot of emollients. Now this right here is a little bit, I shouldn't say glowy, but a little bit more radiant than all the other products that I have talked about previously. These just have a little bit more radiance. Another thing, aside to the shade selection, why I put it on this place is because if you go with pretty much any type of brush, I try synthetic, it grabs too much product. I try natural hair, and still I feel like it just grabs too much product. And this shade right here has a lot of red undertones, so I just added to my collection brushes the new Wayne Goss Artist Collection, which I'm telling you, if you don't pick it up, you're gonna miss out big time. These are beautiful brushes. But anyhow, going into this one is the largest of the 3, and this has a mix between of gray squirrel hair and psycho goat hair. So this mix of natural hairs right here, it makes for the perfect tool to apply this type of bronzer right here. It picks up a very light amount of it, and it just blends it so beautifully. And this is actually the bronzer that I'm wearing today, and I really feel that this brush really helped to pick up the right amount of product and diffuse it with easy, and it doesn't show. I mean, it wasn't grabbing on any dry patches, but I was feeling that it was emphasizing my enlarged pores for some reason. I'm not saying that you have to have this brush right here to use this product right here, but I'm saying, like, in my own experience and having enlarged pores, I feel like I need some type of tool to apply this product that will disperse it with easy, and that it would just, you know, just actually make my enlarged pores a little bit diminished and not show too much. Hopefully it makes sense right there. I'm going into the bronzer that ranked in the 5th place of this ranking video, and it is by Tower 28, the Bronzino bronzers in the shade West Coast. This bronzer right here is for like a bronze goddess. It's just so beautiful. If you like glow to your skin, look at that. Do you see? I mean, it looks even a little bit coppery, and I know you're gonna be like, what, using that on my face? But you know what? This blends so easy. It's not greasy, but it will remain that beautiful glow. Do you see that? Look at that. I just disperse it with my finger. I mean, you can do it with a blush, with your beauty blender, whatever you want, but it's just so stunning. And I really love the shade West Coast. And on my review video for Tower 28 brand, I also tried the shade Best Coast, but Best Coast is a little bit darker than West Coast, so I like to stay with West Coast, because Best Coast, although it's really nice, it just have a slight amount of red in it that I just think is not, like, I mean, it doesn't look the best with my skin, but on formulation, blendability, easy of use, I mean, like, again, like right now I'm touching it and it's not sticky at all, and it just looks, I mean, glorious. It's just so beautiful. And in fact, if you want just a little bit of like a sunburn look, you can still kind of like mix these two in. Just dash of these and a tiny bit of these, and use something like this, like a stippling brush, and you know, just go all over the face. Oh my gosh, it's just so, so beautiful. Like I said, from the 5th place to the 1st place, it has been hard. And going into the 4th place is another cream bronzer. Yes, I'm talking about Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzers, and this is in the shade 04 Honey Glaze. This one right here, in comparison to the one from Tower 28, it's more of like a matte bronzer. So as you can tell, look at that. This is just stunning, so beautiful. Now this dries down really well. Actually, the day that I tried it, I went to the beach and it stayed on really well. It didn't fade. I mean, you can use it as a base for your powder bronzer, but just in itself, it just gives me the most beautiful look. I felt really summer, and every time that I have used it, I feel like that I'm in summertime, summer vibes. That warmth to the skin is just so stunning, and I just love the ease of use. The blendability of it is just amazing. Now I also purchased the shade Teddy, and I will have to say that I didn't like it that much. It kind of looked a little bit, I don't want to say matte, but borderline matte on me. So the shade that is perfect for my skin tone is this one, 04 Honey Glaze, period. I may try a shade lighter for fall and winter time, but that will come along the way. But yeah, for right now, 04 Honey Glaze, that's the one. I'm ranking on the third place of this list, Mer The Bronzing Powder. This right here pretty much looks more like a face palette with a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush. But let me tell you that all these combined together, honestly, give me golden goddess look. It's just stunning. Now on this right here, what I noticed, it is a start to kind of like heat pan a little bit on the highlighter and on the blush, but that's easy to fix. I mean, I don't even think that you need to scratch it much. Also, if you encounter that problem, you can just grab a piece of tape and just tap it in very gently, and it will just pick up that hard pan right there. But this product is just so beautiful. I love the versatility of it. I love that I can mix it in all together. I love that I have the blush separate, a highlighter if I want to, or just, again, just mix it in all over. And I think it's just give the most, I think this right here will give you the most natural look in terms of glow to your skin. Is just divine. And I also think that's exactly what it was missing from the Guerlain Terracotta Brazilian bronzer blush, is this easy of use, you know, easier to pick up, that is a little bit softer, that is not, I mean, you still have this coral shade in it, but you can still swirl it and make it look like a bronzer. I think that's the mark that the Guerlain was missing. But yeah, this is in third place. I'm going into the second place, Chanel with Le Beige 2020, and this one right here is Le Beige Healthy Glow Illuminating Powder in the shade Sunset. I don't know if you can see it right here on the camera, but this shade have a slight golden undertone to it. And this is a powder formula that just performs so beautifully. I don't know where I'm going to put it, right here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now this is a little bit more on the warmer side. It's this shade right here. So it's not super neutral, but it's not too warm either. But what I love is, like, you can even see the really like tiny specks of, I don't want to say glitter, but I mean, it may be some sort of sorcery right here, but it just has the most beautiful, stunning sheen. I mean, it's just glorious. The formula is extraordinary. I mean, it's just fantastic. In fact, before I forget, after I do this video, I'm going to pick up the lighter of these so I can have it, because this will be, you know, good all year round. Not only summertime, you know, fall and winter, but I want to grab the lighter shade for an all over face powder, you know, like to bronze up your entire face very slightly and have that, like I said, it has the very slightest light golden sheen to it that is just amazing. I mean, Chanel really did an astounding job. This is just perfection. And for the first place, I don't think anybody will be surprised about this because you have seen a lot of people raving about this product. And there's a reason why. I mean, to be able to achieve a formula that is literally, like the name says it, airbrush. Our darling Charlotte Tilbury, that airbrush bronzer, and I have it here on the shade medium. I also own the shade Doré right here, and I have reviews of each of these products right here, so if you want to see how they act, how they perform on the face and blendability, all of that, this right here, it's a dream come true. This actually blurs your enlarged pores. So if you have enlarged pores, this will blur them away. You will not be able to see them. It will blend seamlessly. It's the easiest product to apply ever. And this is a face and body bronzer. So you can use it face and body, which is excellent. It also has a little kind of like a hole right here that you can poke through and take out the pan and replace it for another pan if you need another refill. The refills are going to be available in Charlotte Tilbury said late summer. So I mean, if you want to just get one with a compact and then you want to have a backup, whatever is the case. But I'm so happy that she made them refillable too, because it's showing responsibility with the environment, the amount of waste that we do, and doing these compacts refillable, like the one from Carolina Herrera is the same thing too. And I wish all the brands will start to do that, and you know, it will save them cost on actually creating this beautiful packaging and actually just have refills, and then people will be more excited to actually get their products. But yes, this product right here, did I swatch it? Maybe I didn't. Well, this right here, the only thing that I will have to say about this bronzer is not the bronzer, it's just the shade range. I mean, she only has 4 right now, and I guess it's just because it's a trial, you know, but there is the light one that a lot of people, at least those fellow YouTubers that have a little bit more of light, almost fair skin tone, they say, you know, it's still too light. Perhaps someone that is very, very fair will work for them, but I think, I just think that there should be at least another 2 to 3 shades more, at least. But, you know, this is an excellent product. Excellent every way possible. I mean, this is matte, not flat matte. It does have, you know, again, that dimension that I love. Blendability is just so beautiful, like the name airbrush. And the thing that actually like sealed the deal with me is how it blurs my enlarged pores. That to me is just extremely important. Easy of use, and then the amount of product that you're getting. I know it's expensive, it's an expensive product, $55, but the amount of product that you're getting is insane, and the packaging is just, look at this seashell. I mean, if you have 2, you can be a mermaid. Okay, my friends, and I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you really enjoy it, that you really like it. Let me know, have you tried any of these bronzers, how you will rank them, are you in agreement with me? Also, let me know if you will be interested to see like the best bronzers for summertime, you know, overall from my entire collection, you know, from all these to new ones and whatnot. I would love to know from you. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, share with family and friends. That's extremely important. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. Thank you so much again for watching. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.